Friends and family of the two young women killed in last week's theater shooting in Lafayette prepare to say their final goodbyes.
And investigators think they know the cause of this oil well fire near Lake Arthur. We'll tell you what they plan to do about it later today.
Rain chances trending downward this week as temperatures soar back into the mid and even upper 90s. Your forecast coming up.
Now, in high definition, sponsored by Nissan of Lake Charles. This is 7 News Sunrise.
Good morning. It's 6:31 on this Monday, July 27. Thanks for joining us for 7 News Sunrise. I'm Brittany Glazer.
I'm John Bridges. Ben Terry, slight rain chances.
Slight rain
today.
chances. Yeah, yesterday you said you were lucky you got a rain shower. Not going to be as fortunate over more areas today. We'll not see rain than will. In fact, the rain chances begin to go back down to about a 20% coverage for this Monday. Looking at temperatures, at least we're in the 70s, 77 degrees. Dew point those 76, making the relative humidity close to 100% this morning. In fact, if we go quickly over to radar, I got a couple of showers that have developed out over the Gulf of Mexico waters. A couple of these nearing Sabine Pass, and maybe perhaps if they hold together closer to Johnson Bayou, that'd be about as far north as those showers will likely head today. Coming up in a few minutes, I'll be back, though, talking about the rest of your forecast. Just so stick around.
All right. Church leaders in Lafayette are asking something very difficult for a lot of residents there: forgiveness for the man accused of opening fire inside the movie theater last Thursday night.
That was the message from Father Michael Russo yesterday morning at Our Lady of Fatima Church. Hundreds attended the Mass that honored shooting victims Jillian Johnson and Macy Breaux. While their families continue to grieve, Father Russo asked the community to show compassion even for the alleged killer's family.
To forgive the unforgivable. This is what our Jesus came to teach us. And it's hard, it's very hard. But with faith it becomes possible.
Outside the church is a growing memorial of flowers and balloons for Johnson and Breaux. Meanwhile, it's going to be a tough day for hundreds of people in South Louisiana. They will attend funeral services for the two victims. The funeral for Jillian Johnson is scheduled for 12:30. It's happening at the Dellum Chapel of Flowers in Lafayette. And services for Macy Breaux will get underway at 11 o'clock this morning. That's happening at the Church of the Assumption in Franklin.
A woman has been arrested at a Baton Rouge movie theater after threatening to shoot someone inside. 27-year-old Gaynell Hadel of Baton Rouge was arrested Saturday and faces charges of terrorizing, disturbing the peace, and resisting an officer. According to the East Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office, Hadel approached the ticket booth inside the Cinemark Perkins Row Theater and said repeatedly that she was going to shoot someone. A different homicide detective is reassigned to administrative duty after killing a man in the 9th Ward in New Orleans Saturday. The NOPD says Timothy Bender opened fire on the suspect after he feared for his life. Investigators say Bender and the suspect got into a physical altercation after the man was involved in a domestic dispute. The Public Integrity Bureau is investigating.
What we're understanding is that there was a physical confrontation that put the officer in a position where he was left with no choice but to defend himself in that manner.
Police say the suspect was not armed. The Office of Independent Police Monitor, along with the consent decree monitoring team, are investigating.
Baton Rouge police are asking for help finding the person who fired shots into a post-wedding celebration crowd overnight. Police were called to Club Bella Noche on around 2 o'clock yesterday morning. In all, 3 people were hurt but are expected to be okay. Investigators say another man, Ike Washington, fired back at the shooter. He was arrested for felony firearm possession. Police say what began as a hostage situation led to a shootout with police in Shreveport yesterday. The alleged gunman died from his injuries. Police got a phone call from a woman claiming she had been held hostage. When they showed up, the suspect took off, then fired shots at officers. They returned fire, hitting the man several times.
A Shreveport police officer has been placed on paid administrative leave after security officials at Shreveport Regional Airport find a handgun in his luggage. A statement from the department says Officer James Bass was detained Saturday morning after Transportation Security Administration authorities found the handgun. Bass was off duty at the time. Well, authorities continue to monitor that oil well fire near Lake Arthur, which broke out yesterday afternoon. Vermilion Parish Sheriff's deputies say they got the call about 3:45 yesterday afternoon at a well site off Highway 717. Authorities say the suspect they suspect lightning struck the well as storms rolled through the area. Homes within a square-mile radius of the well were evacuated. A decision to lift the evacuation will be made once state police and safety crews determine the scene is safe. They plan to let the well burn out.
Man, can you imagine how hot it is out there working on that?
No kidding. And to be evacuated from your home.
Wow.
Another thing, too. Ben, 6:36.
And the one day we actually see rain, it has to come with lightning, which causes that problem. Okay, let's take a look outside on our Lake Charles cam this morning. Partly cloudy skies. Sun starting to come up over the horizon this morning, coming up over those clouds off to the east. We got a temperature of 80, and just another quick reminder, if you're traveling I-10 westbound, traffic is a bit bottlenecked. They're going over on the Westlake side of the bridge, heading west there. Dump truck stalled. So taking that into account if you're about to make that morning commute. It may take you a little extra time if you're traveling I-10 westbound. All right, let's take a look at your fishing and boating forecast for this morning. In fact, a smooth start with a light chop on the waters as winds pick up slightly out of the south today between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. It is going to be a fairly calm day on the water with those winds not expected to become that gusty. Best times on the hunting and fishing calendars, 8 a.m. this morning and 10 p.m. tonight. And the other good times, 3 a.m. and 5 p.m. Of course, the sun already up, setting at 8:10 in the evening. And like we said, with the water is pretty smooth, not a terrible day to be on the water. You just want to be careful with that heat and take plenty of water and those sports drinks and stay hydrated.
All right. Well, when we come back, some Allen Parish firefighters are showing off their new digs.
They hope that will serve as a valuable training tool, and after several delays, Allen Parish's new jail might finally open. About 6:37, you're watching 7 News Sunrise on KPLC.
One of the best trucks I've ever driven.
What doesn't this truck do? The Ford felt more powerful. It really impressed me a lot.
It's got the best of both worlds.
Surprising.
You're welcome to have my Chevy Silverado for this F-150.
This is leadership, and this changes everything. Drive the truck with the best safety rating a truck can get with $7,050 in total savings on a 2015 F-150. Only at your Southern Quality Ford dealer.
I was parked on the side of the road, and out of nowhere, a car slammed into me. I knew it was serious, so I searched Morris Bart on my cell phone, and then I called him.
That is exactly what happened. Megan was injured in an accident and needed help fast. She called us and we went to work immediately.
Morris got me $750,000.
Now you know what to do. It's easy to get help. Just call 477-4600. One call, that's all.
It's back to school and friends everywhere coming together at IHOP for new double-dipped French toast.
Hey, how was your summer? So ready for classes to start.
Thick-cut brioche that's double-dipped, then grilled till golden brown.
This is so good. It's double-dipped.
Oh. It's good I'm getting in there.
With toppings like refreshing lemon strawberry.
You can't get this in the door. You're right.
And classic cinnamon sugar.
What's your favorite?
Strawberry.
Get the gang together and try IHOP's new double-dipped French toast today. Made to order and oh so affordable.
Feels so good to be back.
I'm Lee, and I lost 50 pounds with Medifast. Why did I decide to lose weight? Family reasons. I have 2 young grandchildren and wanted to be an active grandparent. Why did I choose Medifast? I knew from past experience I could not do it myself. The counselors helped me to take baby steps. First 25, then 35, then 40, and ultimately 50 pounds. Thanks to Medifast, I'm living again.
It's your time, it's your year. Choose Medifast, 721-0633.
If you've been through the bandages and creams and your wound still hasn't healed, ask your doctor about the advanced wound healing techniques, including hyperbaric oxygen therapy, now available at the Wound Care Center at the Lake Area Medical Center. Now there is something more you can do. We can help you get back to living instead of living with a chronic wound. Call the Wound Care Center today at 337-475-4001.
Here at Stonebridge, family is everything.
When the day comes that your loved ones may need assisted living, visit us here at Stonebridge, where we're family.
KPLCconnections.com, your link to Southwest Louisiana.
A man pioneers a way to see the unseen, leading to radar, forever providing early warnings and safer journeys. The conviction to create a safer journey is the Mazda way. The Mazda 6 uses radar, lasers, and sensors to detect objects and even apply the brakes for you. Introducing the modern sports sedan, the Mazda 6. What do you drive?
So many views from so many places. You can see Southwest Louisiana never stops. On air, online, all from above. 7 Sky Cam Lake Charles is sponsored by City Savings Bank. We work for you.
.641, the Allen Parish District 3 Fire Department has a new 2,400 square foot. I was supposed to talk about the dump truck. Yeah.
That's okay.
The dump truck is stalled.
Monday. Happy Monday.
This is a dump truck I-10 westbound on the Westlake side of the I-10 bridge.
Yeah, it looks like it's just been stalled, I don't know, for about 20 minutes now. You can see the Westlake police officer out front of the truck. They've been working to clear this. Traffic is still moving next to it, as you see, just going a little bit slower. So maybe if you want to save yourself a little time this morning, take 210 instead. This is I-10 westbound on the Westlake side.
Hard to kind of push a dump truck down like that. So anyway, all right, now to the Allen Parish Fire Department. They've got a new 2,400 square foot facility devoted to training new firefighters.
Construction on the facility just to the left of the old space is finally complete, offering a much needed fix to a long list of problems. Aspiring firefighters from Allen, Beauregard, Rapides, even Vernon parishes now have a place to train closer to home.
Any type of certification testing that LSU offers for fire will be able to come here and take the actual certification test and be doing practicals here for it as well.
About 30 people have been trained at the facility so far. 20 more are currently going through EMT training. Right now, we certainly appreciate their service. New Allen Parish Jail could be ready for inmates by September. Sheriff Doug Hebert says construction of the 200-bed jail is expected to be completed by next Wednesday. He says administrative offices can move in immediately and security system checks and worker training can begin. Hebert says they want to be sure everything is working before inmates are moved in. The 38,000 square foot jail has 8 wings and costs $8.3 million.
KPLC, Building Navarre, and LifeShare Blood Centers are teaming up for a blood drive tomorrow. It'll be held in the conference room at Building Navarre Honda tomorrow from noon until 6 p.m. It's an opportunity to get more blood donations during the summer months for those who need it, and LifeShare Blood Centers will be here tomorrow on Sunrise, and I'll be donating blood live on the air.
Glad to see that. You know, we always hear that summertime is one of the busiest times because a lot more people traveling, have vacations, and more car accidents, unfortunately, in the summer. You want to keep those supplies high.
And it timed out just right when they asked me if I'd give blood on the air. I said, yeah, I'm due, so worked out just right.
Perfect. So I'll bring the orange juice and maybe a squeezy ball for you.
Don't have that? No. A little Debbie cake, I think you get at the end. Lately, I've been getting peanuts.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's your favorite, right? All right, 644, looking at the sun up this morning over Lake Charles. Beautiful shot there, just a few clouds around. Coming up after the break, back with the day's weather. You're watching 70 Sunrise on KPLC.
The 7 Storm Team Weather Watcher Network is sponsored by Mark Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
You call me a walking miracle. Both of my lungs collapsed from a rare respiratory disorder. I spent 4 months in the hospital. The odds were against me, but my pulmonary doctors and ICU nurses never gave up. You were fabulous, and my family and I are so grateful. Truly, I could not have asked for better care.
It's Billy Navarre's summer sales event. Save thousands with 0% for 66 months on a great selection of new Hyundais. At Billy Navarre Hyundai.
Blue 58! It's the dawning of a new season.
Blue
52! 17 returning starters. 64 returning lettermen. 5 home games. 1 goal. Get your season tickets now by calling 562-4MSU or going to DonnieSports.com.
Be the most popular guy on the block. Brew your own beer or make your own wine. Come see the homebrew guru at the Brew Shop. It's easier than you think.
KPLCconnections.com, your link to Southwest Louisiana.
Today, with more ways than ever to experience the moments that transform our lives, Americans still choose broadcast television and radio more than all other media combined, reaching more people, touching more lives.
During the summer months, blood donations drop off, but the need for blood never takes a vacation. KPLC and Billy Navarre want you to roll up your sleeves and join Team Billy. Donate at Billy Navarre Chevrolet in Lake Charles on Tuesday between noon and 6, or weekdays from 8 to 5 at the LifeShare Blood Center. Just say you're on Team Billy to receive a free car wash, a Team Billy bracelet, and a LifeShare t-shirt. Donating just 1 pint of blood saves 3 lives. Just imagine what we could do together.
Stay ahead of severe weather on every device and every platform. Download the KPLC weather app today. Welcome back at 6:47. Of course, we haven't talked a lot about rain this month. In fact, if we take a look at the calendar as a whole, only 3 days in the month of July has the Lake Charles Regional Airport recorded any rain at all. So what that means for us is, well, it's actually on the record so far as being the driest July with only just over a quarter of an inch of rain for the entire month. It's also in the top 10 warmest Julys. 84.4 is our average temperature for the month. That's the high and the low combined. This morning, temperatures into the upper 70s outside, and of course, we've got weather watchers as well into the 70s. Right now, 75 from Faith Poe and Singer, and in DeRidder this hour, 74. 72 right now in Oakdale. Over to our satellite and radar composite across the area. Not seeing a whole lot as far as rainfall this morning. Got a couple of those coastal showers, though, that are beginning to work a little closer to the Cameron coastline. As we go in right now and take a look at the radar, we're seeing a couple of these popping up so far. Most of what has been producing rain has stayed off of the coast this morning, but don't be surprised, especially if you've got to work or you're traveling down closer to Sabine Pass, for there to be a couple of showers developing this morning. Wider view, not a whole lot of rain going on. In fact, yesterday we saw a little bit of a better coverage of rain than we'll have today. I've got the rain chances reduced to 20%, and that's going to come mainly in the mid to late afternoon. As Futurecast shows this morning, those showers developing this afternoon, just not a lot of coverage there, but I guess at least there's a chance for maybe a couple of folks who didn't see rain yesterday to pick up a couple of showers. That could be possible. Let's take a quick look ahead. High pressure building back in over the Gulf states this morning, and that is really going to be limiting the rain threat for the next couple of days. Rain chances actually back down to about a 20 or less than 20% chance after today. 95 degrees your high this afternoon. Low temperatures tonight dropping back into the upper 70s. We'll go officially tomorrow less than 20% on the rain chance. And Brittany's already figured it out. It means it's going to be hotter, right, when you have less rain. 96 tomorrow and Wednesday as we head into Thursday, Friday. Best rain chance we've had in a while towards the end of the work week. So I know it's coming over on the weekend, but at least there will be the threat for some of those cooling showers, which means our highs will go from being more in the upper 90s to perhaps the lower 90s by Saturday.
Funny that
and
that
Sunday.
would feel like a break.
Yeah.
It will. It'll feel like a nice break, especially if you get a little rain.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. It's 6:50. A new report finds car owners are paying billions in repair bills due to the nation's bad roads.
We have some in our state. Transportation Research and Lobbying Group TRIP has collected data on just how much bad roads are costing American drivers. According to its recently published report, more than a quarter of the nation's major urban roads were in bad shape as of 2013. That's the latest data available. It also says the cost of repairing the resulting broken axles, blown tires, and battered shock absorbers is costing the average urban driver $516 a year. That's about $109 billion nationwide. How much chocolate does America eat? Well, according to data from the business intelligence company Euromonitor, it's more than all of Asia Pacific combined. Americans will consume nearly 18% of the world's chocolate by value this year, or around $18 billion worth, according to new estimates from the company. But that doesn't mean Americans will be eating the most chocolate globally. That title goes to Switzerland, the motherland of chocolate giants like Lindt and Toblerone.
All right, federal regulators are poised to hit Chrysler Fiat with a record fine of up to $105 million, according to a government source. The penalty is related to mishandling of auto recalls. The automaker is also expected to appoint an auditor to oversee recalls moving forward. The massive fine is reportedly associated with 23 million recalls involving 11 million vehicles.
Here are the latest listings in this morning's Sunrise Job Find. There's an opening for a library associate whose duties will include library tours, community outreach, and information services.
And an electronics services clerk is needed to perform a variety of basic duties related to PC banking and electronic banking activities and reports. Apply at the Business and Career Solutions Center, 2424 3rd Street in Lake Charles. Well, after the break, we'll be talking about this morning's top stories.
That includes the emotional goodbyes to two young women whose lives were cut short during that tragic theater shooting last week in Lafayette at 6:52.
Birthdays on 7 News Sunrise are sponsored by Mark Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Here's the sale you've been waiting for. The total sale at Mark. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, they've all been slashed straight to the bottom line. Like a 15 Jeep Patriot with automatic air and stereo, only $15,768. For a 15 Dodge Challenger SXT with automatic air, satellite radio, alloy wheels, keyless entry, and power windows and locks, only $23,642. All the prices are fantastic. The total sale and the 2015 summer clearance event going on now at Mark in Lake Charles.
Christus St. Patrick Hospital is the only regional center of excellence and chest pain accredited facility in Southwest Louisiana. Our dedicated cardiac team will provide your heart the care it needs in minutes, so we can give you back moments. Christus St. Patrick Regional Heart Center. Trust your heart to us.
Chevy announces the biggest bonus tag sale in history at your Lake Charles area Chevy dealers. Time to save thousands on Chevrolet, the #1 highest quality car and truck brand sold in America. Chevy beats Ford, Toyota, Nissan, Dodge, and even higher priced brands like Mercedes-Benz. And right now, save $10,000 on Chevy Silverado, the truck ranked #1 in America in initial quality. So come find out what Chevy drivers already know. Chevy sells the best cars and trucks in America. Save thousands at your Lake Charles area Chevy dealers.
Next, DT, Cosby accusers unite. 35 women together on one cover. Powerful side-by-side sexual assault claims.
Bill, what did you give me? You said it's called a Quaalude.
Plus, Blake and Miranda's weekend after their divorce announcement as we talk to Miranda's best friend. Then, ET's first look at the unauthorized Full House movie. The Olsen twins dizzed. Dirty Danny Tanner.
I say we hire a bunch of strippers and install a pole right here.
That's DT.
Weekdays at 6:30 on KPLC.
On the next, right this minute.
He's on the very edge, planning how to get down.
He's tiptoeing out to the edge there to get a very precise measurement.
He totally got the measurement, and it's huge.
Got it. And...
Oh, now he's flying.
That's some James Bond style kind of stuff, actually, isn't it?
Oh, my gosh. So good. So perfectly well executed.
See it next, right this minute.
Weekdays at 4 on KPLC.
Hi, John Stella here at Nissan of Lake Charles, where we make deals every day. To find out about today's deal, text My Nissan to 33777.
7 News Sunrise, now on the radio. Tune in to KLCL and KJEF on your AM dial. Weekday mornings beginning at 4:30.
6:55, here's today's top stories. Funeral services are set for the 2 young women gunned down inside a Lafayette movie theater last Thursday.
33-year-old Jillian Johnson and 21-year-old Macy Breaux will be laid to rest today. Johnson's funeral is scheduled for 12:30 this afternoon at the Delhome Chapel of Flowers in Lafayette. Breaux's funeral will get underway at 11 this morning at the Church of the Assumption in Franklin. Governor Bobby Jindal delivers a blunt message to the controversial Westboro Baptist Church. The church has threatened to protest the funerals of the victims of last week's shooting. Jindal says if they try to disrupt the funerals, he'll have them arrested and locked up. The ACLU says that's a clear violation of First Amendment rights.
A woman is arrested at a Baton Rouge movie theater after threatening to shoot someone inside. The 27-year-old was arrested Saturday and faces charges of terrorizing, disturbing the peace, and resisting an officer. The East Baton Rouge Parish Sheriff's Office says she approached the ticket booth inside the Cinemark Perkins Row Theater and repeatedly said she was going to shoot someone. Shreveport State Representative Barbara Norton is drafting a bill to require all movie theaters statewide to use metal detectors. She says her idea is getting some support from other lawmakers. The National Association of Theaters has declined to comment directly on the recent shootings.
Police say what began as a hostage situation led to a shootout with Shreveport police. The alleged gunman died from his injuries. Yesterday, police got a phone call from a woman claiming she had been held hostage. When they showed up, the suspect took off, then fired shots at officers. They returned fire, hitting the man several times. Officials continue to monitor an oil well fire near Lake Arthur. It broke out yesterday afternoon. Deputies with the Vermilion Parish Sheriff's Office said they got the call about 3:45 yesterday afternoon at a well site off Highway 717. Authorities say they suspect lightning struck the well. As storms roll through the area, they plan to let the well burn out. Saw some of that lightning yesterday.
Yep. That was one of the things.
Held my breath on that.
I know we were so desperate for the rain that I think we were just kind of like, we'll take both, I guess. We got a couple of showers this morning out over the Gulf of Mexico. Those are sort of drifting off to the east, and I think that mostly will stay offshore. Maybe a couple of showers closer to Sabine Pass or over closer to Johnson Bayou through the morning hours. The rest of the area, look for a spotty rain shower, a thunderstorm this afternoon. 95 is the high today with the rain chance at 20%. South winds at 5 to 10 for tonight, back into the upper 70s. Another warm and humid night with rain chances decreasing to under 20% both tomorrow and Wednesday. 96 tomorrow. We'll have to watch for those heat index values back up to about 105, 106 in the afternoon. So the heat's with us with hopefully a slightly better rain chance. It's looking like we'll look for that to occur starting toward the end of the work week and into the weekend, bringing back in more of our typical afternoon storms. And, of course, if that's the case, our temperatures hopefully will be able to not see much more than above the low 90s for highs. So we'll take that. Of course, we need the rain. Like we said, it's been the driest July on record, so hopefully we'll at least see some rain toward the end of the month.
All right, car thermometer showed 99. Was it Saturday or Sunday? And you were saying they're pretty accurate.
They're in the direct shade. So, you know, usually
in the garage.
Oh, in the garage, in the shade. Pretty close. 97 was the official high at the airport. So pretty close.
Hot.
Yep.
Today's show is coming up next. Gabe Gutierrez is in Lafayette with more on the latest developments with the Lafayette Theater shooting.
Stay in touch throughout the day at KPLCTV.com and on the KPLC 7 News app.